Do you think certain statues of certain figures should be taken down?
No.
How comes?
Like who?
For example, let's give an example of what happened in Bristol in 2020.
Okay, yeah.
Which
what's his name?
I know he was a slave owner.
Slave owner, who at the time everyone was slave owners, slave business. Many black people owned slaves at the time. Yeah? Edward Colston. Colston?
Yes, that's it. That's the name.
So if we're going to knock down a slave, and we're going to knock down everything to do with slavery, yeah, that includes the hospital in that city, yeah, includes the university.
You can just change the name.
Could change the name.
Both, you know?
Okay, what about the pyramids? Should we knock the pyramids down?
But
where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? What about Nelson Mandela? Can we take down his statue? He planted bombs, right?
No, but he was doing it for the good of the people.
What, planting bombs? Some people's a freedom fighter, some people's a terrorist.
Yeah.
Where do we draw? Who decides that? I think you learn from history. I think that it's far better. Yeah, I don't think we should be taking down statues of anyone. Yeah, it's history. It's part of history. You can't erase it.
But at the same time, if it's part of history, why don't you put it in a museum where people can learn and be like, okay, this person's done this, and at the time it was a somewhat good thing. Everyone did it, but we shouldn't go down this route ever again.
No, we shouldn't. But you don't need to take. You don't. Who decides? It's like you're changing you rip down every statue. It's like, because you can find something negative about everyone, bruv. Do you remember? I looked 2 years before the statue started getting ripped down. I remember doing a speech, and I said, "How long until they want rid of this William Gladstone statue?" William Gladstone was one of the best leaders this country's ever had, and he held the Quran above his head in Parliament and said, "We'll never have freedom as so long as we have this book. It's a violent and cursed book." Yeah, mainstream view on Islam at the time. Yeah? How do you? It's like, and they rioted and ripped down that statue right in Bristol. Didn't get prosecuted, if I'm right.
No.
No. And they started doing it everywhere.